Sided rivalry over the past 5 years. Cowboys now 10-1 against the Giants over that span, outscoring the G-men by nearly a dozen a game. In Dallas, that defense looked the part tonight, man. And over the course of that span that I mentioned, they've had 21 turnovers in those 11 games. Look forward to this spot every week where we visit with Joe Buck and Troy Aikman, who are on the call. And Troy, I want to begin with you this evening because when we spoke after week one, right after that Seattle win over Denver, it was right after Dallas had lost to Tampa Bay. They didn't look great. Dak gets hurt, and you suggested this thing could get away from them, and I don't know anyone that wouldn't have agreed, given the spot they appeared to be in. Well, then they go out and they beat Cincinnati and they beat the Giants. I wonder what's most impressed you about how they've done it.
Just the fact that they've been able to do it, especially when you consider that they lost Dak Prescott in that game against Tampa Bay, and Cooper Rush obviously playing, making just his second start, hasn't played much football. Of course, it was playing at home, but what we believe is a good football team in the Bengals last week. Now he comes on the road against a defense that's shown a lot and an ability to get after the quarterback. And you called it the touchdown throw to CeeDee Lamb to tie the game up on the possession right after they had given up the lead is telling for Cooper Rush, and this team believes in him. So when you can win games with your backup, when your starter, your franchise quarterback isn't on the field, that's a good sign for any team.
Joe, we hear a lot about complementary football at every level, right? And in Dallas's case, boy, they've got a defense they can certainly rely on. And talking to players and coaches prior to this, they know they can lean on that group. And we saw it again tonight. Even though Parsons doesn't add to the sack total, what'd they get Jones? 5 times? I just wonder how much that helps Coach McCarthy relax and trust his quarterback, knowing he's not going to have to do everything.
Yeah, and remember there was a big 4th and 4 right around midfield that they went for and got on one of those touchdown drives. And I think he can do that because he does trust his defense and he trusts Dan Quinn to do the job that he's done really since getting to Dallas. So he's got these guys playing for him. Clearly they love to play for Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is as energized as we've seen him in a long time. I think he truly loves being in this position. He's obviously been a head coach in the NFL, but he's got these guys revved up. And there are a lot of teams, a lot of offenses that we're watching tonight going, man, they're going to be a hard team to move the ball against. Good secondary, good linebackers, good defensive front. That's about all there is as far as I can count.
Right, and poor Carson Wentz got sacked, I believe, 9 times on Sunday against Philadelphia. They now go to Dallas and has to deal with that Cowboy defense next week. And thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.